Governments spend $400 billion a year on policies that fail. And it's not just bad policy, but it's rather no one's really asking the right questions. No one's able to test, no one's able to iterate what would happen if these policies, which a bunch of academics, which a bunch of policymakers come up, no one's able to test how real people would respond to this. And so, what if you could simulate thousands of citizens reacting to your policy before you publish it?
That's exactly what we built. We built a simulation engine where you can input any policy, for example, even banning e-bikes in London, where the system generates statistically representative samples of citizens. For example, a 34-year-old Deliveroo rider in Hackney, a retired teacher in Richmond, or even a 19-year-old student who can't afford the tube. Each AI agent has a real backstory, income, transportation habits, and reads the policy and responds as that person. So you have really, really human AI agents. And it's not just a survey checkbox, it's a genuine human reaction. And our synthesis agent crunches all the responses and reports it to who supports this policy, who's furious, and which demographics we're alienating.
Right. And so now when we look at this, we're able to generate real purpose-led social simulations. And extending this agent system framework, we are able to simulate what would be behavioral science experiments that would cost thousands of dollars or even, delve into certain ethical issues. So for our example, we have the ultimatum game Stanford Prison Experiment, as well as the bystander effect. And over here, we have simulated what would be the behaviors of agents negotiating authority, negotiating fairness norms, how they would, and we observe how this would corrupt in real time. And so, if we look at the outcomes here, we have 8 guards as well as 16 prisoners, and every single prisoner responds differently based on the interaction timeline, based on the rules that have been given to them. And so, with this, the question is why now? And why hasn't this been done before? And so we found that LLMs actually now are good enough to simulate consistent personas based on Anthropic's persona selection model. Agent frameworks are now good enough to run swarms of agents, and the cost of this has all collapsed.
So the architecture we build on AWS Bedrock using Strand agents, also integrating the Mistral API call that allows our platform to be extendable, accessible, and each experiment being very, very relevant to the current government policies and political consultancies. And the UK spends $2 billion a year on public consultations, and we're not here to replace that. We're just giving a simulation layer before they even consult. Walking in, you know what the landmines are.
So we simulate society with agents so that you don't have to experiment on it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.